Hello everybody, I hope you're all well this week. I thought I would make a video today to run through one of the exam questions that I worked on with the students yesterday. Oh no, not yesterday, 2 days ago in our second past GCSE maths lesson of the course. So it was the live lesson. After the live lesson, all students get copies of the lesson materials. They get the lesson recording as well. They get extra independent study materials to help consolidate the learning. And yesterday we looked at fractions of amounts. So we were looking at this exam question here. So this is about a grade 4 question taken from one of the GCSE past papers. And this might be a question that appears in the foundation paper, but also could cross over into the higher paper as well. So it could be found in either of those. So there are 924 people in a theatre. 383 people of the people are men, and 356 of the people are women. 2/5 of the children are boys. Work out how many girls there are in the theatre. So that's our goal, to work out how many girls there are. So to start off with, we need to work out how many children there are, because we can't work out 2/5 of the children to see how many boys there are if we don't know how many children there are. So to do that, we'll go back to this piece of information, the first 3 lines that they've given us, and we can see we've been told about the men and the women. So if we add those two together, we can then work out a total of how many adults there are. So I'm going to take 383 and add that to 356. And this will tell us how many adults we have in total. So we've got 3 add 6 is 9, 8 add 5, 13, 3 add 3, add the 1 gives you 7. So we now know that we have 739 adults in total, and we can use that now to calculate how many children there are. So we go back to the question. We've been told how many people there are in total, 924 people. So I'm going to take that 924 and I'm going to subtract the amount of adults, 739, which we just calculated, and this will leave us with how many children. So 4 subtract 9 we can't do. We'll exchange the 2 to a 1, so that gives us 14. 14 take away 9 is 5. We can't do 1 to subtract 3, so I'm exchanging from this 9, so we have 11. 11 subtract 3 is 8, and then 8 subtract 7 is 1. So that leaves us with 185 children. Okay, so we've dealt with the first 3 lines. That information is sorted. We can then go on to the next line, which tells us that 2/5 of the children are boys. Really important, that. And we could use a highlighter or a pen to underline that information. So if 2/5 of the children are boys, I would ask my students, well, what fraction are girls? Because we don't want to know about the boys. We want to know about the girls. So if 2/5 are boys, well, that must mean that 3/5 are left. So 3/5 are girls. So we're now going to calculate 3/5 of the total amount of children, so 185. And to do that part, we use the little rhyme, divide by the denominator, times by the top. I always use that with my students. So divide by the denominator, that's the 2 D's, and times by the top with the 2 T's. It's a nice way of remembering it. So 185 divided by 5, first of all. 5s into 1 we can't do. 5s into 18, that goes 3 times with 3 left over. 5s into 35 are 7. So that's 1/5 then, if we've divided by 5, 37. But we didn't want to know 1/5, we wanted to know 3/5. So I'm now going to multiply that amount, that 1/5, by 3. So I'm going to use column method. 37 multiplied by 3. 7 times 3 is 21. 3 times 3 is 9. Add the 2 is 11. So there we go. We've got an answer of 111. So you'd be given a little line that you'd need to write your answer on. We can imagine that's up here for now. But all you would do on the line is just write the answer 111. Okay, so that's a question that we looked at yesterday in our past GCSE maths course live lesson. And then next week we're moving on to multiplying and dividing fractions, and then also starting to bring in decimals as well. We've still got space in that group, so it would be great if you've got a child that is working towards a 4 or a 5. It doesn't matter if they're doing the foundation or the higher paper, as long as they're aiming for a 4 or a 5. Come and join us in the group. You can have a one-off lesson booking. So you don't need to sign up for the whole half term, just £20 to come and join us for the week. You get the live lesson, the lesson recording, you get the independent study materials and the lesson notes as well. So come and join us, and I look forward to meeting your child. Okay, thank you for watching.